Hi, happy summertime. Hi, Risa. It's good to see you today. I would like to take a few minutes of your time to talk to you about the learning environment at Chavez at the school. Me and the second grade team have been meeting frequently, talking often, sharing our observations, both things we're seeing, things we're hearing, as far as what students are saying, and we're trying to piece together the ideal learning environment for our students. We want what happens in the classroom to continue to be an extension of what happens outdoors as well. We think we can do that through the use of centers in the classroom and using certain tools in the classroom and bringing that outdoors as well. So the second grade team has nominated me to spend about 6 to 8 minutes just chatting with you about some of the different ideas that we have to continue to support our children's development over the course of time. So, if you allow me to proceed, here is some suggestions and recommendations. Um, First, what we're seeing with our children is the need for them to be flexible, and that requires us to do the same thing. And so, what I'm talking about is having um, opportunities for centers to be one of the modes that we engage our children with. So traditionally, when we think of adults teaching, we're thinking of the adult in the front of the classroom, and they're sharing and conveying information to the child, and we're expecting child to just be blank and open and willing to receive. But what we know from research is that children come in with a whole host and understanding of the world before they get here. Being flexible to that requires us as teachers to be flexible in how we deliver content. So the use of centers allows us an opportunity to have a clutter-free area where students can sit in individual tables, which can also have an area in the classroom for small group work where four desks come together for cooperative work. And that is an ideal situation for math. When we do these sorts of things and we have other stations, you'll see and parents will see that students can learn from each other through trial and error, through the usage of play, and taking concepts that were taught and now they're being applied. So one of the greatest ways kids can do that, even in the second grade, is by still using their imagination. Imagining that they are a lawyer and they have a case that they need to prepare for, working on their penmanship, organizing their thoughts, practicing what they're going to say, and then being ready to listen to what the other person has to say. Those are not only valuable real world skills that they will develop, that we will talk about in the class and then they can play with, but we can even have props in a box that allows kids to put on costumes, a briefcase, a notepad, a computer, if you will. And what's so brilliant about that is they are engaging in real time. And they can do that not only indoors, but outdoors as well. And so, what I want to talk to you about with time remaining in just a few minutes is how we can do that outdoors as well. But what I really want to get at the heart at is that it's real simple actually. We want our students to be able to have centers where they are specializing in focusing in on different concepts, whether it's mathematics or the literacy or the writing or music. And we have to look at the spatial arrangement of the classroom in order to do that. Um, the next thing that the team and I talked about um, was taking this idea of what's happening in the class out of into the class as well. And so, how I wanted to explain that is like when students go outside and they're learning in an outdoor environment, not only are they seeing the brightness from the sun and the light reflect, not only are they feeling the air on their skin, but like they're able to just engage in all the senses. And that's really important for our young people to be able to do. We as a team have looked at ways that we can bring in things like sand and water and just natural elements for kids to be able to use that. If there's a sandbox and a kid picks up and scoops up some sand in a bottle, and then they pick up some water in a bottle, and then they can look at the volume of how much this cup is now filled of sand and water, right? They can start to make comparisons and contrast. They can build, they can play, and they're using mathematical concepts that's going to help them for later down the road in their academic career. So we want our children to have that. So what is it going to take to be able to bring stuff out? I don't think it needs to require a lot of money. I think we're talking about having the team make boxes that we can share amongst each other so that students can be able to use props to dramatize ways in which they learn, because we think play is a valuable part of the learning process. Right now, I do want to talk to you about the safety concerns that we have at the school, because as you know, at our school, the recess equipment is getting older. And with upkeep needed, we think it's time for new fixed equipment to be brought in. Fixed equipment can be expensive. We found a pinnacle point slide, really big towers, 3 slides that shoot off in every direction. Kids are gonna love it, and it costs a pretty penny. We're talking about over $121,887. I mean, they call it the pinnacle for a reason. And inventors, experts, and researchers have all come together to make this. But we know that that's expensive. We looked at another option as well for playground equipment, a fixed equipment that can be a structure that everyone sees, and it's like it draws them in. We found another one. It's geared for ages 2 through 12, which works for our K through 8 school. It's called Saddlebrook Farms, and the structure is only $99,002. So we think that by improving the infrastructure there, kids will be able to appreciate what they have. We think that we as teachers can contribute to learning happening and continuing outdoors with the use of different ideas, like having boxes of stuff that students will be able to pull out, little bins and stuff, and continuing the use of centers in the classroom. So tell me what you think, Risa. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.